So we've talked about the DNA for people. Now we're going to talk about the DNA for business, which is the 530 grid. Mark Elkins is going to come up and help us how to convert prospects faster with the 530 grid. Let's welcome Mark.
Thank you. I am Mark Elkins, and we're going to talk about what's on page 5 in your book, right, which is the 530 grid. This is the DNA for business. This is all about processes. Right? If any of you are needing this later, or you're watching on the internet for the first time, you can email me, mark@arazu.net, which is ARAZU.net. Now, who knows what my topic is? Anybody know what my topic is today? We are talking today about
Converting prospects faster.
Converting prospects faster. Now, why do you know what my process is? Well, why do you know what my topic is? Because you know that there's a process going on in this room, and we've already talked about it. So we know what the topic is for today, and that's what the 530 grid is all about, is about processes. For those of you who have not been here before, or those of you who need a little bit of review, there are 5 areas in every business. They are marketing, pre-sales, sales, servicing, and client for life, which is, I call client development, right? And this is how we build our business. I look at this 530 grid as kind of the patchwork quilt, which is America. As you're flying in a plane, you can look down and you see patches everywhere. And as you come down lower, you can see, well, that this field here is beans and this one here is corn. But as you descend, you also see that this one is a city. And you get lower and lower, you see, oh, well, those are buildings and people and cars. And as you get lower, you can get onto the street and you can see the faces of the individual people. And those are the elements within each box. And so you can see the detail, and of course you can descend even further, and of course you can get your electron microscope out and see the very, very detailed building blocks of nature. And what we're talking about here is the building blocks of your business and how you organize them into a process. Every business has marketing, and you're going to use that marketing to get you prospects, right? So as you develop those prospects, how would you prefer to close them quickly or slowly? Who wants to close them slowly? Nobody's hand goes up in the room. So who wants to close them quickly?
Yes.
Every hand in the room. What? You don't want to close your prospects quickly? There we go. So what can we do to close them more quickly? As we descend through this, we're going to first, box 1, identify the targets, develop and deliver a message, and then we're going to track the leads. The tracking of leads is critically important because we need to know what stage of development each prospect is at. Have they opened our email but not responded to us? Have they responded to us but not answered our return phone call? Where is that prospect in the system? Part of what my problem I discovered was that I was trying to close prospects before they were ready. So box 4, ask key questions, is where you're going to learn what stage the prospect is at. And if you learn that that prospect is really not ready, then you need to get them back into pre-sales and continue to develop them and implementing your strategic strike. Because after you've gone through asking key questions, maybe it's not time to present your solution. Because if you give the prospect the idea that they have all of the information to make a decision before it's time for them to be making a decision, they will think that they have what they need about you and make the decision before you are ready to have them make that decision. So where can you get that prospect to the point where it's time to make the decision, and it's going to be the decision that is the correct decision for that prospect? By getting them through your process. And you're going to use your servicing area 4 to help develop your prospects. So how many of you have been in an existing business? Right? All right, so if you're in an existing business, you're currently got clients. How many of you are asking those people for referrals? Right? If you're asking for referrals, who is a better salesperson for you? The person who is satisfied with your business or you? Probably the person who is satisfied with your business. And so you can use that in box 12, feeding your successes, back into tracking your leads, your strategic strike, asking key questions. And so that is going to help you to close your prospects faster. Also, as your referrals start to talk about your business, what are they learning? They're learning more about your business because it's been said often, and my friend and mentor, Mark Boersma, tells us that by teaching, we learn more than we learn by just doing. By instructing others, in fact, we will realize more things. I know more about the 530 grid now by teaching this than I could ever have learned by just following Mark's instruction and following the process of building it. So as we get our referrals, our people who are customers, to start teaching a little bit about our business, they learn more about the benefits of our business, and they close on more business, and they will help us to close more sales. But how many of you people in the room are asking your prospects for referrals? Anybody? Wade is asking, Kevin is asking for referrals. Now, if you're asking for a referral at that point, what do they have to say about you? Maybe they haven't made the purchase yet. But if they're starting to talk to their friends about what your business is, they're now teaching. As they're teaching, they're learning more about your business. And so they now are getting closer to implementing the strategic strike all by themselves. And asking the key questions of themselves, how to benefit from your business. And as they learn that, they're moving closer and closer to saying yes. So that's why it's so important to ask for referrals from people who haven't even yet made the decision. Now, you can close by developing and delivering a better message. We just heard about personality mastery. If I start to lay out the map for the guy who wants to just get stuff done, is he going to make a decision quickly? Yeah, he's going to make a decision. He doesn't want to do anything with us because, well, I'm taking too long to get to the point. Now, I lay out the map for the analytical person, right? Here's the road map, follow the treasure map, X marks the spot. For the control person, for the driver, here's where you go. There's X. Let's go. And now I can close quickly because that's the person who just wants to make the decision. That's the guy who doesn't read the instructions on how to put the bicycle together. He just rips it out of the box and starts assembling. Right? So that's the person I say, yes, let's go right now. The expressive personality, I talk about how much fun it is. And I start having fun right now. That is going to help me close and convert more quickly. I'm going to group people in messages so that I can put like people together. And I'm going to bring in my box 12, people who are that personality type, to talk to people who are of like personality types about the successes they have. And I'm going to feed all of this back into asking the key questions when they're ready. And when they're not ready, what am I going to do? I'm going to put them back into pre-sales and continue to develop them. And not try and work on people who are not ready to make a decision. If I work on those people, I'll never close them. Because I won't recognize the closing signal, and once you miss it, it's over. They'll be in that prospecting pool for a long time. So, in order to convert your prospects more quickly, you're going to move them through the system. You're going to identify the targets. You're going to track. Another important part of tracking is you're going to know what's going wrong. Why aren't they converting? There's in box 13, why are prospects lost? If you're not tracking every single lead, you won't know what's wrong. You won't know why you're missing. If you stop missing, you'll stop wasting time on prospects who are not ready. How many of you spend a lot of time with the prospect who's not ready but real friendly? Okay? That's really friendly. Thanks for spending time with me. Move them into the pre-sales again and keep developing. And work on only those who are ready to go. That's how you convert. When a prospect walks into an auto lot, we know from statistical research that that person is ready to make a decision and will own a new car in the next 24 hours. Probably in the 90% range. That's how good it is. Now, the person who reads an ad, are they ready to go? No. What about the person who opens up an email and goes to the website and registers and gets a response call from the salesperson? Are they ready to go? No. If that's all the salesman's got, they're going to continue to develop and send that person more emails, right? But if somebody walks onto the lot, into the showroom, who should you concentrate your time on? The guy who walked in, because that's the guy who stuck up his hand and started jumping. Hey, I'm ready to go. The guy who's not jumping yet, you're wasting your time. You're not wasting your time entirely as long as you're following a process to build that customer. So, the way to convert more prospects more quickly is to build through the process. Market to more leads. Ask for referrals, even when you're marketing, so that people are teaching themselves about your business. Move them through the pre-sales. Track every single person where they are. And if they're not saying yes, move them back into pre-sales. Move them back into pre-sales quickly. And ask the key questions. Move to yes. And ask for more referrals. That's how you convert more quickly. Excellent.